What does love feel like in a world where privacy is scarce, courtship is carefully guided, and every decision is steeped in tradition? For Amish women, love and marriage are profoundly shaped by their deep faith and close-knit family bonds. Step into this unique world with us as we uncover how these women navigate relationships, defying our modern notions of freedom and romance. Number 19. The Foundation of Amish Love, Faith and Community First. In Amish life, love and marriage are deeply rooted in faith and community, not personal desires. Relationships center on religious devotion, with family and community playing key roles. For Amish women, marriage is a spiritual bond tied to both their partner and their faith. From childhood, they learn to prioritize serving God, family, and community over personal goals. Courtships develop slowly, often under the supervision of family or trusted elders. Couples rarely spend time alone before engagement, and love is a family-influenced decision. Shared tasks like farm work or church gatherings replace private dates. This method builds trust, stability, and security, with love seen as a shared experience based on faith and family values. It values devotion and commitment over modern dating practices. But when love is built on these strong traditions, what does an Amish wedding look like? Number 18. The Amish wedding. Simple, but with deep meaning. In Amish communities, weddings take place on Tuesdays or Thursdays with the entire community in attendance. The bride wears a handmade blue or indigo dress, symbolizing purity and faithfulness, rejecting the vanity of a white gown. The ceremony, held at a home or church, is private. No social media, cameras, or fanfare, focusing solely on sacred vows. Afterward, the community gathers for a modest meal, strengthening family bonds through shared faith and tradition. The bride's dress is practical and may be worn again for church or even her funeral, symbolizing lifelong dedication to faith. Unlike modern weddings, Amish ceremonies prioritize simplicity over extravagance or societal expectations. For Amish women, the emphasis lies on spiritual devotion, not physical beauty or status. This approach challenges the belief that lavish celebrations are needed to honor life's milestones, offering instead a deeper connection to faith and community. In Amish weddings, spiritual commitment takes precedence over outward displays of wealth or beauty. Do you think modern weddings have lost this sense of meaning? Share your thoughts in the comments. But a wedding is just the beginning. What comes after the vows? Does marriage in the Amish world begin with intimacy and privacy, or is it something more rooted in community? Number 17. No honeymoon, but a deep start to marriage. In Amish culture, newlyweds do not go on private honeymoons. Instead, they spend several days or weeks living with the bride's family, a tradition called broadside or bride time. This unique practice focuses on building bonds with each other and the community. The couple takes part in daily chores like cooking and cleaning, fostering teamwork and shared responsibility. Unlike modern honeymoons, this experience tests the couple's ability to work together under the watchful eyes of their in-laws, strengthening their relationship and their connection to the community. Living with the bride's family reinforces the belief that marriage is not just between two individuals, but also a commitment to a larger social network. While living so closely with family might feel intense, it helps the couple develop patience, selflessness, and emotional resilience. For the Amish, this communal experience lays the groundwork for a strong and lasting marriage. Would you prefer this communal approach or the privacy of a traditional honeymoon? But this sense of community does not end with marriage. What happens when children come into the picture in Amish life? Before diving into that, I have a quick favor to ask. If you're enjoying this content, please take 10 seconds to hit the notification bell and subscribe to the channel. It helps us immensely, and I promise to keep bringing you even better stories in return. Deal? Number 16. Childbirth. Many Amish women prefer to give birth at home rather than in a hospital, viewing it as an opportunity to strengthen community bonds and deepen their connection to faith. This tradition is a cornerstone of Amish culture, with a trusted midwife, often a respected member of the community, guiding the process. Around 90% of Amish women still choose home births in 2024, appreciating the comfort and privacy of being surrounded by loved ones. The atmosphere is calm and free from medical interventions or pain relief. Instead, mothers rely on their inner resilience and the unwavering support of their community. As Amish women embrace these deeply ingrained roles, one question arises. What does the hierarchy within Amish marriages reveal about their way of life? Number 15. The hierarchy in marriage, a woman's role in Amish culture. In Amish marriages, the husband leads the household, making key decisions, while the wife oversees the home, raises children, and supports her husband with tasks like cooking, cleaning, and sewing. Though women do not hold church leadership roles, they are respected for their spiritual influence within the home, often teaching their children about faith. The Amish believe each role, including women's, is divinely assigned. While Amish women may have fewer personal freedoms than in modern Western cultures, many find fulfillment in their roles, focusing on family, faith, and tradition over individual autonomy. Balancing these values with modern ideas of independence, however, can be challenging. Some Amish communities are allowing more flexibility for women in family and business decisions, though changes vary. Even in traditional groups, women play an essential role in shaping their family's spiritual and practical success. The patriarchal structure reflects a broader system of faith and community, where women often find purpose in their responsibilities. In Amish marriages, the husband may lead, but the wife's influence on family life is deeper than many realize. As traditions begin to shift, could the balance of power in Amish families be changing with women's growing financial independence? Number 14. Cannot contribute financially. In Amish communities, women play a key role in supporting their families financially through crafting, farming, and running small businesses. What sets this apart is that their earnings are entirely their own, a unique aspect given the community's traditional gender roles. This financial independence reflects Amish values of simplicity, mutual support, and respect for clearly defined roles. Many women engage in cottage industries, like quilting and baking, where their income is kept separate from their husbands. This practice subtly reinforces their role as contributors while maintaining cultural traditions. Even during tough financial times, a woman can provide support, yet her earnings remain her own, preserving her financial autonomy within the community. But financial independence is not the only way Amish women stay connected to their values. There are fascinating rituals rooted in modesty and faith that define their lives. Number 13. The bundling ritual, a strange yet meaningful tradition. In Amish culture, modesty is essential, and the bundling ritual plays a key role in courtship. Unmarried couples spend the night in the same bed, separated by a wooden board, to prevent physical contact and remain fully clothed. This unique tradition focuses on building emotional connections rather than physical intimacy. During bundling, couples talk, share stories, and get to know each other's character and values deeply. It helps them prioritize emotional closeness, patience, and trust over physical attraction, fostering a foundation for marriage built on shared beliefs. This tradition promotes slow, thoughtful relationships grounded in humility and commitment, standing in contrast to today's fast-paced, appearance-driven romances. Bundling allows couples to form deeper, intentional bonds based on mutual respect and values. Do you think a relationship built without physical touch could create stronger emotional ties, or would it be too challenging? Share your thoughts below. And speaking of modesty, how do Amish women express their inner beauty? Is it shaped by faith and humility, or does tradition dictate their sense of self? Number 12. The role of faith and modesty in love and marriage. In Amish culture, a woman's perspective on love, marriage, and identity is deeply rooted in modesty and faith. True beauty, they believe, comes from within, not from outward appearance. Amish women dress simply, avoiding makeup or jewelry to reflect humility and devotion to God. While individuality isn't expressed through clothing, as it is in modern society, small differences in dress or head coverings allow for personal touches within the boundaries of modesty. Straying too far from these norms, however, can lead to social exclusion. For Amish women, modesty isn't seen as a restriction, but as a way to emphasize inner qualities like faith and service, rather than meeting societal beauty standards. Many view modesty as freeing, enabling them to live by their values and express their true selves through devotion to others. But what about the more rebellious side of Amish life, like Rumspringa? How does this time of freedom influence how young Amish women perceive love and marriage? Number 11. The Rumspringa Tradition. Rumspringa is a fascinating Amish tradition, where teenagers, usually around 16 or 17, are given temporary freedom from the community's strict rules. During this time, they can experience the modern world by wearing contemporary clothes, using technology, attending social events, and sometimes even drinking alcohol. The term Renneswalke Ramea, meaning running around in Pennsylvania Dutch, is about self-discovery rather than rebellion. It allows Amish youth to decide whether to commit to their faith or leave the community. At the end of Rumspringa, teens face a life-changing decision: join the Amish church through baptism or leave to pursue a different path. Roughly 90% choose to return, while 10% leave, often seeking education or careers outside the Amish way of life. One notable example is Kate Stoltz, who left during her Rumspringa and later became a model in New York City. This period is an emotional experience for Amish youth, as they weigh the allure of modern life against the traditions of their community. Those who return reaffirm their faith, while those who leave must navigate the pain of being shunned by their families. Rumspringa offers a rare chance to make a profound choice about their future. Curious about what happens when Amish women step outside the rules? Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss an episode. Remember, always for amateur radio, the next chapter of this journey is one you won't want to miss. Number 10. The ultimate consequence for breaking rules. In Amish culture, following community rules is essential. Breaking them can lead to excommunication, which for women means being separated from faith, family, and the community. This disrupts the unity that Amish life relies on, affecting everyone involved. Excommunication, or shunning, isolates individuals to encourage repentance. It cuts off emotional and social ties, including family contact. This is especially difficult for Amish women, whose lives are deeply tied to the community. Public associations like this have been studied for decades to understand better health value. The Amish prioritize loyalty to their community over personal freedom. When someone breaks the rules, they must choose to repent and return or remain separated. Excommunication highlights the importance of shared faith and unity, but the emotional cost is high, as those excommunicated lose their support system. Ultimately, Amish life asks, how much would you sacrifice for unity and tradition? The threat of excommunication emphasizes the need for harmony within the community. While breaking rules has serious consequences, Amish women still find subtle ways to express themselves within their cultural boundaries. Number 9. No buttons. Have you ever noticed how the Amish dress in ways that stand out, even in today's world of fast fashion? For example, did you know that Amish clothing, particularly for women, doesn't include buttons? Instead, they use hooks and eyes or straight pins to fasten their garments. Why this choice? It's more than just a tradition. It carries deep cultural meaning. Buttons for the Amish are seen as decorative and could lead to pride, something they believe distracts from humility and community values. Amish clothing isn't only about modesty. Practicality and durability are also key factors. Using ties instead of buttons makes clothing easier to repair or replace, an important consideration for families who often live with limited resources. This approach not only supports their lifestyle, but also reflects their commitment to simplicity and functionality. But the story of Amish clothing doesn't end there. What about the way Amish women style their hair? How does this tradition shape their identity in such a unique way? Stephen Rule. Number 8. No hair cutting. For Amish women, hair is far more than just a physical feature. It serves as a profound symbol of beauty, femininity, and devotion to their faith. According to the Bible, a woman's long hair is her glory, representing her dedication to God. This belief is so deeply rooted that cutting one's hair is seen as an act of defiance against God's will and a violation of the community's moral code. Hair is viewed as a sacred gift from God, meant to be cherished and protected. Amish women keep their hair long and natural, avoiding dyes or perms. It is usually styled in a neat bun or braid at the nape of the neck. When leaving home, it is customary to cover their hair with a head covering. White caps or bonnets are the most common, symbolizing simplicity and modesty. Today, most Amish women continue to uphold this tradition, maintaining their long hair as a powerful expression of faith and community identity. But hair isn't the only way Amish women reflect their beliefs. There's also the iconic bonnet. Number 7. The Bonnet Tradition. The Amish bonnet or moitrum is far more than just a piece of fabric. It represents modesty, humility, and faith for Amish women. Made from plain, unadorned fabric, it reflects the belief that inner qualities are far more important than outward appearance. Covering their hair, considered a woman's crowning glory, honors sacred biblical teachings. The bonnet also speaks without words. Its style, color, and how it is tied can reveal a woman's marital status, social standing, and religious affiliation, making it a meaningful part of Amish culture. Beyond symbolism, the bonnet is practical. It shields women from the sun, wind, and rain as they work outdoors, aligning with the Amish commitment to simplicity. But Amish traditions don't stop with personal attire. When it comes to raising children, how do Amish families instill their values in the next generation? Number 6. Education. The Amish education system is designed to prepare children for a life centered on faith, community, and simplicity. It emphasizes practical skills that align with their way of life. Children attend one-room schoolhouses, studying basic subjects like reading, writing, and arithmetic until 8th grade. After that, they step into adult roles with little focus on higher education or careers outside the community. Boys typically apprentice in trades such as farming or carpentry, while girls learn homemaking skills like cooking, sewing, and childcare. Many girls also become teachers in Amish schools before marriage, but after marrying, they often dedicate themselves to family life. The Amish learn about science and personal growth through hands-on experience and guidance from elders, rather than through formal lessons. This system prioritizes the needs of the community over individual ambitions, fostering a strong sense of purpose and belonging, rooted in tradition, faith, and family values. Number 5. No use of technology. The Amish community is well known for its strict rejection of modern technology, particularly electrical and electronic devices. This practice stems from a belief that over-reliance on technology can lead to harmful consequences, disrupting their spiritual and communal values. They deliberately avoid material temptations and the allure of expensive gadgets or online entertainment, as these go against their core principles. Instead, the Amish focus on nurturing their spiritual lives and building strong family and community bonds. Social media and other digital platforms are seen as distractions from these priorities. To maintain simplicity, the Amish rely on natural energy sources like wind, water, and mechanical power for their daily needs. However, there are exceptions. Some Amish families use simple machinery to aid in farming or craft work. They also permit the use of essential medical devices to safeguard health, demonstrating a balance between practicality and tradition. Number 4. No electricity. One of the most striking differences between Amish life and the modern world is their choice to live without electricity. This decision isn't merely practical, it reflects their belief that electricity represents unnecessary luxury, conflicting with their commitment to a simple, nature-focused lifestyle. But how does this affect their daily routines? Without electric power, the Amish forgo conveniences like radios, televisions, computers, and even electric lights. Instead, they use lanterns, oil lamps, and candles for lighting, rely on wood stoves for cooking, and travel in horse-drawn carriages. However, there are fascinating exceptions. For instance, some Amish families use gas or diesel generators to power essential equipment like milking machines or refrigeration units, crucial for farming and food preservation. In certain communities, electricity is allowed for business purposes, such as lighting stores or running production equipment, but its use within homes remains strictly limited. But the avoidance of modern conveniences doesn't end there. What about photography? How does the Amish community view something as seemingly simple as a photograph? Number 3. Discouraged from taking photographs. In the Amish way of life, photographs represent much more than mere images. They are symbols tied to deeply rooted values. Both men and women generally avoid being photographed, reflecting a commitment to humility and tradition. But why is there such resistance to something so common? According to Amish beliefs, posing for a photo is seen as an act of excessive pride, directly opposing their focus on modesty and humility in every part of life. This practice is most strictly observed in traditional Amish communities, serving as a reminder to prioritize faith and community over individual image. However, there are nuances in how this rule is followed. Some Amish individuals are comfortable with candid photos, particularly when faces are not easily recognizable, such as during farm work or community gatherings. These candid moments are valued because they capture authentic slices of Amish life without drawing undue attention to any individual. Speaking of simplicity, Did you know that Amish children's toys are a fascinating reflection of their values and lifestyle? Number 2. Amish toys for children. In Amish villages, children's toys are noticeably different from the flashy, trendy items found in mainstream stores. Instead of electronic gadgets or colorful dolls, Amish kids play with simple, rustic toys that reflect their traditional way of life. Have you ever wondered what messages these toys convey? Often handmade and dressed in Amish-style clothing, they include miniature horse-drawn carts and small replicas of farm produce like vegetables, symbols of the agricultural life at the heart of Amish communities. One of the most striking features of these toys is that they have no facial features. This choice isn't just about simplicity, it carries a profound message. By giving children faceless toys, Amish parents teach that outward appearance is unimportant in the eyes of God. This focus on inner worth mirrors Amish values, where personal images, whether in paintings, photos, or social media, are avoided entirely. Amishkan witnesses from around the world reflect on the virtues of self-loving, self-control, and self-care. Instead, the Amish pass down their history and values through storytelling and shared memories, preserving traditions without visual records. And just as toys reflect Amish values, so does their approach to farming. But what happens when the entire community comes together to raise a barn? That's what happens when Amish people are hoping at last could come true. Number 1. Collective livestock farming. Livestock farming is a cornerstone of Amish life, providing food, income, and opportunities to uphold values like self-reliance, teamwork, and community. One remarkable tradition is the Amish barn raising, where the entire community gathers to construct a barn in just one day. Every individual, regardless of age or skill level, contributes, using traditional tools and physical effort to complete the project without modern machinery. This event is more than just building, it's a celebration of unity and mutual support. Once the barn is finished, the community shares a meal, strengthening bonds and reflecting on their shared achievement. The Amish way of life, guided by faith and tradition, highlights simplicity and resilience. Amish women, despite certain restrictions, find meaningful ways to contribute, balancing community roles with their personal strengths. These customs, though unusual to outsiders, have enabled the Amish to thrive for generations. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Your support means so much to us. Be sure to check out the next video, now appearing on your screen. You're guaranteed to love the fascinating content we have in store. Let us know in the comments which country or unique topic you'd like us to explore next. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the latest video. Thanks for joining us. Leave a comment, give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe for more interesting videos. See you in the next video.